G'day guys, and welcome back to another Wednesday night live stream. So good to have all you guys here again. So quite a few regulars in here and a few new guys by the looks of it. So it's fantastic to have you back again. So been a busy week here, what I've been up to, and we'll talk about that very soon. But once again, no gun bans this week, so that is really good. I guess no news is good news when it comes to that. So we will bring Jason in right here. Hello, Jason.
What's happening, everyone? Good to be here for another live stream. What's been happening? Anything exciting?
Yeah, no, just busy. I get Shooting Stuff Australia's headquarters gets power put on Friday, so I'm all happy about that.
Yeah, is that Dave? Is he in the live stream? Oh, yeah, Dave's helping you out.
Yeah, Dave, if he's in the live stream, he will be helping us out on Friday, which would be good. So we can finally stop having power cables over the floor, extension leads, and falling over everything.
I saw those lights you put in. Those lights are pretty good. They're pretty good. I like them.
Yeah, the big high bay lights. Yeah, they look really good. They work really well.
I know it's the old, like we spoke about last week, the ultimate shed, getting ourselves a ride on, shooting on our property. How awesome would that be? I got so many people texting me about that, saying, "Oh, isn't that the dream?" I said, "Yes, sir. Yes, it is."
Yeah, it certainly is. I've been working on a farm actually this week, plastering, so it's been good. Sitting out there, just looking at the trees. It's just been fantastic. And you can actually go shooting. You go shooting in the smoko break, which is even better.
Yeah, it's getting certainly starting to warm up. I mean, let us know where you're at in the comments. It's starting to warm up where you guys are. Sydney hasn't been too bad. A few warm afternoons, not too bad. Then a few cool days. But, yeah, I think it's going to be quite a warm summer. Not my favorite part of the year. I like the cooler spring and autumn. So I don't know, what do you guys like in the comments? Let us know. But, yeah, it's been an interesting week, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. So, yeah, what have you been up to?
Not much, to be brutally honest. I just put out I think it was a podcast this afternoon. It came out this afternoon. I've got some good ones coming up. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes. Everything's just been popping up and got a few more guests to come on the show, which is absolutely fantastic. Other than that, not really. Might be going away in the next couple of weeks. So, Aaron's going to replace me with probably somebody better for a couple of weeks. So, depends on who we choose. He might do it alone.
Yeah, get those ratings back up again.
Yeah, I tend to drag the ratings down. You know, he's always got to turn the siren on. So,
yeah, that's it. Yeah, no, well, you got to forget. I keep telling Jason he has to forget about these hunting trips. Now he's a lawnmower man. He's got his new channel. Yeah, don't worry about hunting. Get out there and start mowing lawns.
Yeah, it's been pretty good, so no real complaints. Yeah, who would have thought people like watching mowing shit? Who would watch that? I do. Yeah, so that's why I started making it. But, yeah, I mean, obviously it's busy at the moment, you know, with podcasts, with trying to go hunting, this live stream, mowing, making videos. Man, I am strapped for time. Like, I would have no time for anything right now. I mean, work full time as well. Like, yeah, everyone's busy. It's been a crazy couple of months, that's for sure. But luckily I was able to postpone. I got a fair few in the bank, so it's all good. But, yeah. Forget it, man. Stop showing it. Stop it.
So
put it out.
Have you guys,
stop it,
have you guys signed up to his new YouTube channel here? He got 1.2 1,000 subscribers last week, basically.
Forget it. Don't worry about that. Don't worry. Turn it off. Don't worry about that.
You guys pushed him over the limit. It was really good. So he's happy about that. He's monetized, where my channel is just sitting dead in the water.
I said, Aaron, it's going to take time. He's the most impatient person you'll ever meet. So very, very impatient. But yeah, I mean, it's going all right. So happy with it. So hope everyone's dream. Come on, who doesn't in the chat? Everyone's dream is to have a nice bit of land to shoot on, beautiful bit of land. Grab yourself a ride on, a couple of barbecues, and some land. That's the ultimate. And a fire, one of those combustion fires for winter. How awesome would that be? That would be awesome. And it seems everyone agrees with me because I've seen heaps of comments come in going, mate, isn't that the life? And I'm like, hell yeah, it is. Hell yeah.
Yes.
And Aaron just always trying to embarrass me about my mowing. Like, yeah, it is embarrassing, but hey, at the end of the day, it's also a bit of fun too, I guess. It's also a bit of fun too. I think that's payback. That's payback for giving him a bit of shit last week. So
Exactly. Thank you very much, Lockie Farland, for the $20 super chat. Really appreciate it. Well, we started our channels at basically the same day, and you're killing it. I've only got 300 subscribers, and I've got about I think there's 3 or 4 subscribers in the last week. So, guys, get over to Building Stuff Australia and subscribe if you could. So, here's what it looks like. I'm going to give myself a shameless plug. So, get over here and sign up. So link is in the description down below if you're watching this as a video. And I've just put it in the chat room. So let's try and get above 347 subscribers. Been there for days. It's just dead.
It's not dead, man. Aaron wants everything to happen in about 3 days, and if it doesn't happen within 3 days, he's angry. So mate, everything takes time, doesn't it? Hey, I mean, I think I struck while the iron was hot, to be brutally honest. I mean, everyone was watching fucking mowing videos.
36,000 views he got in his first video. And here's my first video, 500. Pathetic.
Yeah, but what Aaron doesn't realize, one thing before we move on, because we're going to move on very quickly about this, he's doing a long part series about, that it's the full shed build, and then he's going to do the costs associated with building. So it's a process of 3 months. Man, mine's in and out within a day, 3/4 of a day, half a day, depending on how bad it is, start to finish end product. You know what I mean? And people love the bad, screwed up lawns. I don't know why, but hey, that's what I've been doing. So it is what it is. Oh, who's this one? Bushranger.
Exactly. Thank you, Bushranger, for the donation. Hey, all, for those who have sent orders to Peter regarding NSC merch, he's been out of power due to the storm. Don't stress, he'll get to you. Awesome stuff. Yep. So, you can get your T-shirts, hoodies, and stickers from the NSC now. So, of course, we got our competition going. If you go and wear your NSC merch in front of your club with the club's logo there, we will put it up, and probably we'll probably do it just after Christmas, after Jason gets back from his holidays. We'll pick a winner and we'll find some prizes for you.
TC says, why are you so ashamed of it? I'm not ashamed. I don't know. It's not everyone's cup of tea, man. I guess I sent it to a mate quickly, a good friend of mine, and he's like, why on earth are you doing that for? For a laugh. And then when I showed him the numbers people were getting, he goes, no, you should do that. You should do that. I don't know, man. I guess it's different from shooting. It's not your everyday cup of tea sort of thing. I don't know. It's not, I wouldn't say embarrassed. I don't know. A bit sheepish, you might say, I guess. and it's I've got a hilarious one coming. It's coming in about 4 to 6 weeks. I found a Rambo knife in a lawn. It was crazy. Like, I didn't even see it there. Like, I saw something there, but I didn't see it. But I found something absolutely crazy in a lawn. You're not going to want to miss. Hey, it is pretty funny. Even I was kind of shocked. So you'll see that coming soon. Anyway, if you subscribe to my channel over there.
Did you get to keep the knife?
It's in the garage right now. It was dirty. It was in a sheath. It was upside down. I thought it was just a piece of cloth. And then I grabbed it, and then it was a bloody Rambo knife. I thought it was cheap, one of those cheap ones, but anyway, chucked it in the car. And then I had it in the car. I thought, I better get rid of that out of the car, man, in case I get pulled over or something. And they say I've got some type of weapon or something like that.
Aren't you allowed to have knives down in New South Wales?
Yeah, but if you carry it in your car, they might just ask questions, be difficult, bloody Rambo knife.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So so thank you very much, guys, for supporting both our channels, which we really do appreciate. So we want to thank NSC for sponsoring the show as well. They're a long-time supporter of the podcast live stream. They are your genuine reason for you having your long arms in Victoria, New South Wales, and Queensland. So make sure the links are in the description. Go and sign up, and you can see where your money is going, your membership money, unlike when other people's uh, clubs and that, because they actually go to court and they are winning cases. So they are fighting for your rights and fighting to get some of these new gun bans overturned. And they've actually had a bit of success. So thank you very much, NSE, for sponsoring this episode.
Yeah, no, exactly. Well, good work from the NSC. We really enjoy what they're doing, doing some good work, and let's hope they continue that good work. We are watching.
Yeah. I'm just going to pull up a few, trying to find a few comments, guys. Lay some comments, because we want to try and answer more of your questions during the show. So get some comments and questions in, and we'll try and answer them for you.
Sorry, Skippy said a lot of land and a massive backstop. Yeah, absolutely, man. I was surprised. A lot of people, they said that as the dream. Easy life, living on a bit of a farm, shooting. I mean, how can you really complain with that? I mean, I think that's the ultimate. That's what we all want. And our buddy, I'm not sure if he's in the chat yet. I haven't seen him because I've been looking at a few other things while I'm here. So a few articles. And our buddy Chris Miller lives on a bit of land. He sent me a picture of his lawn porn mower, and Chris has got a beautiful. He's living the dream. Old Chris Miller, our buddy Chris, there he is. I see him in the chat. Hey everyone, 7:41 p.m. So he's definitely living the life down there right now. I may not get to do that until I'm 60, which is a little bit disappointing, but it is what it is, I guess. And you can't have all the wins straight away. Those good things come to those who wait, as they say.
Exactly. I want to thank Alex for the donation. Be patient, Aaron. It will get up. Yeah, I'm sure it will. But I'm just impatient. It's what happens when you get older. You got less time for everything.
And Rose is correct. He goes, lucky the police didn't pull you up. What's the light? Oh, yeah, I found it in the grass. Yeah, exactly. As if they're going to believe I found some big Bowie Rambo knife in some grass. Well, I did. It was there. I mean, you see it was filthy, dirty. I don't know how long it had been there. It was actually in the gutter, but it was in between that property and the next property. So anyway, has anyone ever been out shooting? What's happening? Let us know before we get into the topic at hand. What's been happening? Let us know if you've been shooting. Have you been out having fun? Any purchases? We'll read out some of your purchases.
Yes.
Mick Beckers did say, what am I chasing in Malakuta? Well, I haven't been there for, I've seen a couple of Samba there. I haven't been there for 2 years since the fires. My last time was the fires, but,
you normally just
lockdowns, we didn't.
You normally just do fishing and that, don't you?
Yeah, just relaxing, bit of fishing, those sorts of things. So, it's going to be a big couple of months, actually, going down to South and then Port Macquarie for Christmas with my family, and then probably, I don't know, we'll see what happens. Who knows? Daniel Andrews can just throw a hand grenade in everyone's plans, which he's renowned from doing with his crazy laws he's trying to put forward. So absolutely crazy.
Yeah, no way in living hell would I ever step foot into Victoria just on principle. Wouldn't give them a single cent.
Well, you got to live your life, man. You got to live your life. Do what makes you happy, because we've only got one. And when we eventually take that dirt nap, we don't want to be looking back saying we should have done this, this, and this while we were able-bodied. So
that's true. That's true. Well, JR, he likes your videos. Jason, I watch all your videos, mate. Surprisingly, it's very satisfying. It's all the best reality TV I've seen. Good stuff.
Right. Yeah, well, thanks for that. I really appreciate it. That's kind, man. Yeah, I don't know. I just saw a lot of people doing it. I wanted a bit of extra cash. Like a lot of them I don't get paid for, man. I just approach people that they got bad lawns, help them out, make a bit of YouTube money. Some I've got on a payment now because I've done them and they want someone to do them. So it's worked out really good. And no complaints from me. Who's there? I'm just scrolling back. Southern Star says, I was talking to him a bit earlier about some of this stuff. He's big on this stuff too. So Daniel Andrews is a squeezer. Yes, he definitely is. Paul J bought a Bagara 6.5 Creed. Nice. I do like the Bagaras. Very, very, very good guns. So, if you haven't looked at them yet, guys, definitely have a look at them. Bagara HMR operator. So I think he's got a Bagara as well. I'm picking up a bike or 12 gauge on Saturday. Yeah, good. always, I just keep buying shotguns, guys. It's just crazy. I got to stop, man. I've got a bit of a sickness. So,
well, I got a message from a guy wanting to know if I want to sell my CZ 515. They don't even know when they're coming into the country. Everyone's waiting for these things, but disappointing that the importers can't actually keep people up to date. We've seen with several brands of guns now. Now, so he's asking, and I've seen people selling them and getting. I heard one guy got $1,800 for his. And normally they go for about 15 to 16. But yeah, he got 1,800. People just want these guns, and they're sick of waiting for them from Winchester.
Yeah, Cliff wants he'd love a Lithgow 308, but one thing we haven't done, Aaron, give me a second. We haven't done the proverbial roll call. So you guys have had plenty. Read that super chat while I'm getting people up, Aaron, while it's loading, because it's just loading everyone up now.
Which one? I don't see any up there.
It just popped up. Oh, didn't it? Was that?
The only one
I'm seeing is Alex. I didn't see. Did you read that Alex Lopez one?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I just saw one. This hasn't popped up there. I just saw one for $5, I think. Let me go back. Oh, no, it might have been. Oh, no, that's the one we already saw. Sorry, hang on.
Oh, here's
Is that about the NSC merch? This is the Bushranger Brotherhood. Did you read that one? Sorry.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's get into it. Before I get into that.
Seashell Seller. My Henry has been on back order for 8 months. A supplier said it's going to take, going to be many more. Jesus, it's not good.
Listen,
it's not good.
I've always said this, guys. Never, ever, ever put money on a gun that's not in stock. Ever.
Yeah.
Unless you're willing to wait, because they never, ever, ever come on time. Trust me, ever. You know, and we always get holding the baby while they've got your money. Don't do it. If it's not in stock or at the dealer's stock at the dealer, meaning, the importer, then forget about it. Ask if it's in stock at the importer. If it isn't, get rid of it. Anyway.
If you can't touch it, don't buy it. Our friend Brandon here, thank you for the super chat. Haven't purchased anything yet, but hopefully in a week I should be receiving my paperwork to join up with the Nora range. Then I'll book my safety course ASAP. That is awesome, dude. Another new shooter, which is what we always like to see.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Geez, hang on. Panoplex, the CZ mags were on back order for 2 years. Jesus.
Yep.
Unbelievable.
I would have just see if you could get a B7. I don't know if you can. Let us know in the comments for people that have done it before. I'm sure you can get a B709 for mags. Just bought it from overseas. They allow you to ship it. And then just get the B709 from the registry, mate. You would have got them here in a couple of weeks if you can buy them online. Just find a retailer from the US that's willing to send them. Anyway, let's do the roll call, Aaron. All right. If you haven't laid a comment by now, I'm sorry. If you're in the A's, you're going to miss out because they pop up as I'm reading them out. All right. 182Q KFTW, Alex Lopez, our buddy Andy, 1234777, a.k.a. Daniel Andrews, Ardo 540, Ben Taz, Benjamin Peter, Bagar Operator, Brendan Fairley, CBM, Sherry's back with us again, Chris Legendary, Christian Constitutionalist. Well, there we go. We've got a Christian Constitutionalist in the chat. Sign Studios, which we haven't seen before. At least I haven't. Cliff Lee, Colin Penfold, Dave Hubner, all regulars. Dave 101270, Drew, Ecstatic Pessimist. I like that name. That's definitely up there. Epic Flyer 889, Fox 860. Very hard to beat our regular front toward enemy. Very hard to beat. Harps 666, Hunters and Shooters Society of Australia. JR, J Sport, Johnny's 308 Hauer. Lone Wolf, Looking Over Hell, another good one. M. Trundle, Matt Abella, Matt Outdoor Adventures, Matt Cato, Michael Montanari, Mickey S, Mitchy 116, Overland 4x4 Australia, Panaplexi, Paul J, Peter Grace Me Guide, Peter Robertson, Peter Sadout, Peter from the NSC, Probing. We can't say Probing's last name because we don't want to get demonetized this early in the stream. Retro 8477, Rob's Woodworking, Robert Beatson, and shout out to Robert, really good guy. He sent me some waders, and that would. Okay, I'm a little bit fat, right? So I got them up over my waist. I was really lucky, even though 11 and a half, I think US, they were the Asian size, but they actually fit quite well. I probably need to lose 5 kilos, and I'm well on my way to that. So I reckon next year they'll fit perfectly. So thank you, Robert. I really do appreciate it. I'm sure that's Robert that sent them to me. If that's you, Robert, I really do appreciate it. She had a different name on it as well. Rob Sweetser, Rose 123, Rusty Nails, Salty Skippy, Seashell Seller, Sean White, Southern Star Review, our good buddy there. Check out his channel. He's got some good stuff on there as well. Soviet Runners, Stan Long Range Pensioner Man, Sterren 93, Steve Savick, Bushranger Brotherhood of Victoria, also a good name. Tom Condurso, Wayne Hobbs, and our buddy West Covina Dodge, old Pat from California, USA. Welcome, Pat, again. Good to have you here. Top bloke.
Cool, geez. While you were doing that,
gets longer and longer each week now with the more people that we get. So,
yeah, which is good. Well, while you were doing that, I'm just trying to find an article by Gun Control Australia about tonight's topic, but I can't seem to find it on there. But Jesus, what a lot of dribble they go on about. Jesus, they are definitely super Karens, that's for sure.
Ben Taz said he's been shooting the Benelli Lupo to help out a mate with Ruse. Good. Soviet Runners shot 12 gauge for the first time the other day. Good stuff. Benjamin Peter purchased a Remington 700 308 in MDT TAC 21 stock, waiting for it to be sent to New South Wales. Has been having issues as adjustable stock. Yep, you can change those out for a fixed. All good. I did that with my MDT rimfire, LSS rimfire for the 22. Yeah. You got any ones there, Aaron, popping up? No super chats. Is Brendan?
Yep.
Did you read that one, sorry?
Friend, yeah, I did. Thank you, Cliff, our friend Cliff. Some more for the whippersnapper called Jason. Yeah, when he finally gets up here and gives Victoria a miss and comes to beautiful Queensland, he's got probably about 20 videos to make just on my property.
Yeah,
and I'll be supplying
hard
all
work,
the
man.
whippersnapper.
I'll give you that, man. When you got a bad lawn, man, it's hard. It's hard work. I'm a big fella too, so it's hard. 6-8 hours a day, man, and even then you're not even finished. It's hard.
I'll even be supplying him with a ride-on lawnmower.
Yeah, I want to drop. Oh, if you provide me a zero turn, I'll think about it, mate. Lawn tractor, I don't know. We'll see.
Oh, well, you can do it by hand then.
Nah, no way. Huge Republican wins throughout the US last night. Great for midterms and gun rights. Yeah, I didn't see that. Let us know, Christian conscious, what happened. I thought it was 2022. There was going to be some midterms, but I don't know. You let me know. You'd know more about it than I would.
I think there was an election in Virginia, I think, and a report came out that in the last few hours, Democrats needed to print 100,000 fake ballots to win.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, isn't it? Everyone agrees. I mean, I like Donald. I think he's not the best guy in the world, but I think he was funny. I loved his politics. He was just the stuff that he said and give people shit. I love it. It's just against the grain stuff. I really enjoy it, but it's been I haven't looked at it much because it's just so boring. The only things I do see is Biden make an absolute bumbling fool of himself, which does make for some good memes, but I haven't been following it that much, to be honest, except when Donald has a rally and watch a few of those while I'm working, and yeah.
Yeah. Well, here's our Nick Blackwell. Had my first safe inspection and went for a whole 5 minutes. The officer commented on my Tika in the MDT ESS, the chassis, I guess, and he thought it was great. Geez, you're lucky you got a pro gun cop there. Unbelievable.
Yeah,
mine went for 2 hours, and he nitpicked absolutely everything. Then stormed off in the end because he couldn't. Because he didn't have all the right paperwork, and he wanted me to check all it up, and I'm not getting paid to do this. So exactly. He stormed off in the end after 3 hours.
Matabella said he bought a Weatherby Meat Eater Edition 6.5 by 300 Weatherby Magnum. Shit, that'd be interesting. Let us know how that goes. Matt would be keen to all these different calibers that are coming out now, and I mean, or did he buy a 6.5 and a 300 Weatherby Magnum, or is it 6.5 300 Weatherby Magnum? I'm pretty sure that's a caliber, isn't it? Pretty sure.
Yeah.
The C-Cell Sheller again said the Henry's on back order 8 months. Yeah, you never buy anything on back order, dude, in my opinion, unless you know it's guaranteed to be coming at a certain time. But man, I've been burnt. A lot of people, unfortunately, have been burnt with that type of paying cash, and I'm just like, man, okay, let them have the first shipment, and then I'll come in down the track and buy one.
Well, here's interesting. First day of Carl Rittenhouse's trial today. Looking good for him. Walking on obvious self-defense, which it totally was self-defense, no matter what way you look at it. The guy pointed a gun at him. What more? And then he came out and said afterwards he wished he had shot him. So what more could you ask? Pretty
Now,
close
I'm not
cut.
sure if it's me, Aaron. Am I coming through clear? You've literally frozen on there, so I'm not sure if you guys let us know in the comments. You look at the comments, Aaron, because I'm still scrolling down trying to read people's comments. So you've frozen to me. I don't know if you can still see me. Am I good?
I'm frozen. How about you, Jason? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm frozen.
Yeah.
It's
all good. Just let's see if it comes back anyway. But at least it's not a bad face pose. Put it that way.
Yeah. We'll give it a little bit, and then I'll restart it before we get into tonight's topic.
Just some of the comments.
What's people experiences with safe inspections? Is it a case of open the safe, the coppers go in, do you hand them each firearm one by one, shake shit out of the safe, etc.? Well, my guy, he was there shaking the safe and having a whinge about how one of my safes move a little bit, but you got to remember it's thin steel, it wobbles, and I showed him the huge dino bolts I got through the concrete slab. The other safe is a bank vault, and he was trying to shake that to pieces. And of course, it's 3.5 tons. It didn't move. My guy went through everything, snooping around my hobby room. You wouldn't believe it. Yep, it was unbelievable. It's not a safe inspection; it's an invasion of privacy inspection.
Yeah, I mean, try and do the best thing you can. I mean, don't, ask for any trouble or anything. Make sure you got everything squared away like you should anyway. You just don't want any troubles with those types. Normally they just come and check. If they've already been there, it's just a check of the registry. Yeah, tick it off, walk out pretty much. It's pretty much about it, isn't it, really?
Well, you asked some questions, Jason. I'm going to restart and jump in again. So as Seashell Seller says, I'm not pulling the blue steel modeling face from the Ben Stiller movie. Okay, back in a sec.
All right, guys. Looks like I'm running solo right now. So let's have a look at some of the comments. Sorry, I'm just trying to find some comments here, guys. Spandex waiters. Who was that? Salty Skippy, you bugger. One of the other persons said they were going off to the Rice. Who was that? Someone says, they're off to the Rice. They're not going to see me coming. Sorry, I just missed it where it was. It just flicked down on me. So sorry about that. Get you back in.
Yep. All good now.
Rob's Aquaponics says, Rob Bob's Aquaponics and Backyard Farm. He's been posting a fair bit on your Building Stuff Australia channel, hasn't he? It seems like a nice guy.
Top bloke, yeah. He's got an interesting channel. I'm getting into his videos here with the aquaponics. It's quite an interesting system he's got. I quite like it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind doing a video on it. If he wants to do a video together, I'll be open to that because I think it's quite an interesting system.
Yeah. He's waiting on a 308 Impulse. Other than that, he put in a H today, spending a lot of time at pistol and rifle range. Mate, he's growing, vegetables by day, shooting by night. I love it.
Yeah, feeding yourself, which is what the government does not want. That's why they don't like hunting, because if you're hunting, you ain't paying tax on meat. And just like growing your own vegetables, you ain't paying tax through Coles and Woolies, the government's mates. So they don't really want you doing that. The last thing the government wants is for you to be self-sufficient and thinking for yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Body by Dynamite is joining us in the chat, so welcome to him as well. CBM knocking over a few kangaroos to protect vineyards. Yeah. Well, it's getting that time of the year. What areas are you guys in? Are they cropping now? What's the situation? Yeah. Let us know where you guys are at. Are they cropping? Anything coming in or out at the moment? I know the rice is in as of I think a couple of weeks ago, early October, I think it was. My guy's always a little bit late. So, yeah, we're just going to have a good time away shooting ducks. And I know there's a lot of water around, so I know it's been fairly hit and miss. The last few years have not been that good. The ducks have been, few and far between. But hopefully there's a lot of people growing. We're going to have somewhere to be able to shoot. And the farmer's an absolute legend, so he'll be able to get us on somewhere.
Yeah, and Matt Outdoor Adventures. living off the grid, they hate it. Yeah, they certainly do. There's that one with the old lady who was given a couple of acres a few years ago on the corner of a friend's farm, big farm, and she's in her 70s, self-sufficient, didn't have a bank, didn't have a phone number. All her money was underneath the bed, sort of thing. No phone, nothing, no accounts like that. Just lived her life. Looked after the couple of acres on the corner of the farm, built herself a little house, fully off the grid house, living a happy life. And they arrested her because she refused to go get a cell phone or a bank account because she had no fixed address to her name. And they arrested a poor 70-year-old lady just living her dream, wanting to be left alone. So they do not like you being self-sufficient.
Yeah. K182Q KFTW. Virginia has been as bad as California lately. Good to see some change tonight. Well, I'll look it up after I finish. Again, when you're sort of, into politics and then it's sort of, things get a bit boring, I tend to not really look that much. I mean, and, sometimes it's better because you don't get, even though it's American politics, even Australian, just like, man, I'm over this, man. Like, I used to post a lot on my Facebook page about Andrews. I just got over it. I still think the guy's a jerk off and needs to be arrested, but that's a whole different kettle of fish,
Exactly. Thank you, Ian Trundle, for the donation. My son, William, and I love your show. Thank you very much. And hello to William. Yes, it's we're talking about this today. This is the next elections are the first ones I'm actually looking forward to because I think the parties are going to get decimated.
Yeah, I'm actually keen to see what's going to happen in the election. I mean, Scott Morrison is just a band in the Conservative base. I mean, he's a flip-flopping rat, Again, I hate to say it because we don't like gun-toting or anti-gun toting Clive Palmer. But, they've got 70,000, I think, new members to their party. So basically one of making it the largest political party in Australia as we speak. So I don't care at this stage who wins, so long as they at least give the Conservatives, i.e., the Liberals, which I hate, just absolutely smash them at the election. People say, Labor gets in. I don't care. I just don't care. Either one is just as bad as each other because they're both wings of the same bird. So, sorry, that was mine then. I think my phone was on, so I'm sorry about that. But yeah, just hoping they get absolutely decimated. And people laugh. People say, always the Greens last for me. And I want to tell you, Aaron, we were talking about this yesterday, I think. Liberals, because of the gun bans, dead last every time for me. People say, even last over the Greens? Absolutely, because the Greens don't really have any power. So Liberals dead last, Greens second last, Labor third last. That's how I generally run it because I can never forgive a Conservative government who's quote unquote like the Republican Party in America, basically being the big driver behind banning pistols, behind the 96 gun laws. Just dead last every time for me, guys, every single time without fail. And then I vote for actually true Conservative parties, that actually got interest in mind, like pro-firearm. And yeah, they're the ones I'm going to give my vote to. There's not many left, but it was only one really. But that'll be for another show, actually.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't know. I think. Well, you all know. I think all politicians are worthless pieces of garbage that we are just wasting money on. So I don't support any of them, no matter what. Even the fake pro-gun ones. They only seem to pipe up about guns when it's coming into election time. And once election's over, they're in. That's the end of the gun talk.
And remember, one thing about that too, vote for, just, if you're voting, just don't vote for one of the major parties. Try and pick a pro-gun one. But then, like I said a couple of weeks ago, if you've had parties that have, like in Victoria, that are supposed to be representing our interests, voting with Daniel Andrews, I mean, seriously consider your vote and who you actually vote for. Anyone that's sided with, people like Daniel Andrews, whether they're pro-gun or not, you just shouldn't vote for them at all. Why would you reward stupidity? So it's something to think about at the next election anyway.
It's just like people who vote for these so-called pro-gun parties that don't do anything. Why would you Why would you reward them for doing and having inaction, for not doing anything for us? Why would you reward them?
Oh, you wouldn't. You don't. I mean, if I was, we know it's happening in Victoria. We know it's giving Andrews more power. Omnibus bills, people agreeing with them from pro-gun parties. If you're in Victoria, just remember, think about who you're going to vote for. Just be very, very careful. I mean, at the end of the day, there's plenty of parties that didn't agree with the gun bans support gun ownership, and were fighting Daniel Andrews at every turn. I mean, you do your research, most people know who they are. And, they're better than the current pro-gun crop in Victoria. But what I was thinking, actually, Aaron, people are actually talking about, maybe we'll do a live stream, especially after that case finishes with Kyle Rittenhouse from that shooting. Maybe we should do a live stream on that once a verdict, comes out. Well, maybe we'll break it down with our thoughts and stuff like that. I think that'd be quite interesting. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments if you'd like something like that.
Yeah, definitely. And we're going to do another one on gun laws coming up, on gun laws that we can actually change. We might have a chance at changing. So we know we're not going to get the semi-autos back. That's never, ever going to happen in Australia. But, yeah, there's a few things that people like the NSC could start pushing for, I think, and try and change something. Bagel operator. I don't think there's anything wrong with licensing, but I think there should be one license, and that's it. You can buy whatever you want within reason. I'd take the within reason out. You should be able to buy whatever you want once you have a gun license, and it should be for pistols, semi-autos, everything, and it should be everything on private land. I still don't understand why you have to can't use pistols on private land. Absolutely ridiculous.
But that's the whole thing, man. And that's my, I guess, beef with the whole pro-gun thing. Like, if they're not going to fight, if they've given up on that fight for those things, then what is the purpose of their existence? Because, if they're not going to fight to repeal a lot of these reforms and actually introduce legislation on the floor of Parliament to actually try and do that, well, then the rest is just platitudes and is just all talk, because it doesn't actually happen. And, we've heard this, in Queensland quite a lot. You guys don't have an upper house. We've said it before. Canada does a good job on talking about firearms, but when you actually look at the history, unfortunately, and I know people are probably not going to like me saying this, but this is the fact. It's not that I'm against the guy. We've spoken about this before. I think he does a really good job talking about firearms. So does their whole party. But again,
we do a really good job about talking about him. He talks. He's in power. He doesn't do anything.
When you get to the nitty gritty of what legislation has actually been even put forward to a vote, the answer is zero. So it's good to talk about it, and we appreciate that. But when's that actually going to be? Some actual talking is good, but when some action going to take place? And I like the guys. I've got nothing against those people. I think they're good people. But at the end of the day, there's no point trying to pull me off and then tell me it feels good. You know what I mean? Without actually doing something. It's like pulling me off and telling me it feels good, but you're not actually doing it. Like do something. Put some legislation forward. Make the relationships. At least try. That's all we're asking.
Are you comparing him to Biden?
That was you. What did you say? The Australia's Joe Biden. Well, I don't think he's lost his marbles. He hasn't. He's not. He hasn't got dementia.
50 years in Parliament and achieved nothing for shooters. 50 years of sucking on our taxpayers' money. Yeah, he's done his time. He should just fuck off, far as I'm concerned.
I'm definitely not as harsh as you. I mean, is there still hope for redemption? I don't know. After 50 years, I guess you guys can make up your mind whether he's able to redeem. But I mean, if you're not putting legislation forward, then it's all just talk, isn't it? And it's just talk for vote gathering, which I wouldn't vote for it. You know what I mean? If that means voting for nothing, well, then I vote for nothing. I mean, I don't reward people for not standing up for my interests, not just verbally, but actually physical action in the form of legislation or building relationships to try and do something.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, maybe we'll do a live stream on that. I don't know if that interests you, Aaron, but I think it might interest a lot of people. We'll play some footage and then talk about whether he's guilty or not guilty or whatever the case is or whatever happens at the end of it, and we'll go from there, I reckon.
Here you go, Jason. What about instead of "Let's Go Brandon," I've got up here from Redneck Rumbler, we should change it to "Let's Go Bob."
I don't know. I mean, listen, I get people out there probably going to lose go that, that they can't differentiate the difference between liking someone and accepting the reality of what the situation is. And this happens all the time in political parties. It's like, hey, people bust your balls all the time about certain types of guns or that I own a Mitsubishi Triton. Well, it's been good for me, but people bust my balls. I just laugh at it and don't worry about it. But it's always if a certain person owns or likes a certain thing or product, and you have to say something that's maybe not glowing about it, people get really upset about that sort of stuff. And generally they take that personally. Even I'm not saying anything about them. I'm saying something about someone they like or have or need or whatever it is. And then when you say that, that offends them and they take it personally. It's not personal to any particular person. It's just the reality, unfortunately, of the situation.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. That's all I have to say about the coming up elections. I hope it's an absolute whitewash for all the three big ones.
Oh, just wouldn't it be good just to see ScoMo gone? I mean, they've just totally deserted their base. They'll cop a flogging and front toward him. So ScoMo is absolute tits on a ball.
Yeah.
I really like that one. I like it. Probing said Queensland Premier triple chin lockdown.
Oh, yeah, well, she reckons there's going to be no more lockdowns. And see, they've even backflipped down in New South Wales about the December 1st opening up for unvaccinated. And now they're going to say, oh, no, not until we're 80% jabbed.
Yeah.
I'll tell you something very funny today. I was on Instagram and up came the Queensland Health, get your jab, get vaxxed. You can click on the comments. Oh, Jesus, there's not one positive comment there at all. It's absolutely hilarious, all the comments people are writing.
Mm. And Probing said, well, he's not there anymore, so it really doesn't matter. But he said, David Leyonhjelm, the greatest politician in Australian history. At least we had one. Yeah, I like David. I interviewed him a bunch of times. I thought he was a really nice guy. And, definitely the guy that never, ever got, and this is what I like about people, right? There's people that lie to you and tell you what you want to hear. And then there's guys like David. Didn't know him on a personal level, interviewed him. But I tell you what, every time he was on an interview, he never, ever, ever one time, just like me, never, ever got caught out. Ever got caught out on a TV station, never got caught out agreeing with gun bans, never got caught out on anything to do with that, So again, one of probably the better, if I could replace him with some of the ones that are currently in Parliament right now in Victoria, New South Wales, other parts of the country, they'd be gone. I'd just flick, see ya, Leyonhjelm straight in. At least he had some ticker to actually be able to be on radio, TV, and actually make the case and not be bullied into a certain position based on, histrionics of people that may be victims of gun homicide.
Oh, that will be a good show, I reckon. We should try and get David onto the show and see if he wants to talk about the sentiment of guns in Parliament behind closed doors.
Yeah. And you're not going to agree with every policy, but there's like mine, as you said before, there's things I'm just not negotiable on. I don't want to see pro-gun parties agreeing with gun bans, which is what we've seen in the past. I just can't get on board with that. Sorry, guys. I mean, as much as I don't mind Pauline. I don't like Clive Palmer's stance, but I like his pro-Australian stance. But they're anti-gun. So I don't like it, and they'll probably be, if I'm voting, they'll probably be down my list. They're definitely not going to be number one. But, again, I'm never going to vote for Liberals, Labor, Greens, or Nationals or anything like that. So at the end of the day, they'll probably be up there. They won't be first, but they'll be up on my list just because they're pro-Australia and what we're going through right now. I mean, who else is there? But I don't like their gun stance, to be brutally honest with you. So that's a problem for me. Same as these other parties that claim to be pro-gun. I just can't get on board with some of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like we're not asking for, to fly F-18s, although that'd be fun. We're just asking for reasonable reform, as in, suppressors. Why don't we have suppressors? Why don't we have pistols on public land? Why is it you can't have a 50, BMG or whatever in some states? Why can't you have a semi-automatic 22 or a couple of 5-shot? If I can have a lever action, or straight pull, why can't I have a pump shotgun? Why can't I have a semi-auto 5-shot? It just doesn't make any sense. Like, I mean, these are the bare minimum I'd be pushing for. And I think it's probably on my list number one would be suppressors. What do you think?
Suppressors, pump action shotguns, and semi-auto shotguns, and 22 semi-autos. Basically, Cat C moved into Cat A and B.
Here we go, guys. We've got one. We've got a troll, Aaron. I love it.
Okay.
Here we go. The uneducated. You're never going to get gun laws like America, you dumb bogans. There we go. It's a good one.
Okay, don't ban them yet. Don't ban them yet. We'll come back to him because I just want to thank Chris F for the super chat. Really appreciate it. And Epic Flyer, what does it mean for gun laws in Queensland now that Jeanette Young, for God's sake, is sworn in as governor? Could she change laws? She pleases now. No political expert here. I think she could. She's the one who was, stranglehold on Queensland with all these closed borders and everything. Yeah, would put nothing past her whatsoever.
You know what's interesting too? We don't have any pro-gun party that's actually in politics, well, except for Kato, if you want to classify that, but actually has any power, really. And they've probably got some of the best, or at least the best. When I say best, I use that term loosely, out of all of Australia. You know what I mean? With no upper house, that means, again, small parties don't really have a say because they've got no upper house, no house of review, you might say. So, again, it just goes to show you don't always have to have you just got to have good people that are willing to help you out in politics and change laws. So it doesn't have to be from a, pro-gun party. You never know. You could have something one day where you get someone good in and you get suppressors. You just never know. Long shot, but you never know. You never know.
Where is this uneducated person? Comment.
It's down near probing, and then you got Peter Zabradak, front toward enemy.
We got a timestamp.
8:07.
8:07.
So just to repeat, the uneducated says you're never going to get gun laws like America, you dumb bogans. And it's probably a shooter too. You'd be surprised, actually, guys, how many shooters out there that believe with these fake pro-gun parties that they want your rights back, but tell you what you want to hear on election day, and then never ever deliver on any reform. And I always hear, as you know, we need to keep what we have. Well, I think we've proven over the last couple of years since doing this show, year and a half, that we're not keeping what we have. We're gun ban after gun ban after gun ban. So, don't listen to those morons that say we need to keep what we've got, because we're not doing that either. We're actually going in severe decline, and quite quickly.
I can't go that far up on the comments to bring it up, but if you're there uneducated, just don't say it. Tell us what you mean by it, and why do you think that? Are you a shooter? Tell us if you're a shooter. Well, here's the guy here.
We'll give him an opportunity. Yeah, he's laughing now. So probably, again, fake profile. That's all right. We like a few fakies. You're on our show. Yeah. We don't know who you are. We don't chase you because we don't even know who you are. So thank you for giving us a view. Really appreciate that.
Yeah, and tell us if you are a gun owner, or what. And
Matt want a suppressor. Yeah, we New Zealand, you go buy them off the shelf, ain't no problem. We should have had suppressors years ago. Like, it's just ridiculous that we don't have them. I don't know why. Like, it'd be so much better for shooting, ranges, private property, night shooting. All of the above. It'd be amazing.
Yeah, here we go. Keep dreaming, big fella. Okay, what he's too guts.
So he's not really, unfortunately, semi-autos. He said, "Keep dreaming, bogans." Why are we bogans? I mean, okay, fair enough. We might be, I'm from Western Sydney. Aaron might be from Queensland. A few bogans in Queensland, a few bogans in Western Sydney, no doubt about it. But why can't you get on board if you're a shooter? Tell us, uneducated. Why can't you get on board with that? What's the problem?
Okay, here we go. New comment. Even Aaron said you'll never get semi-autos again in Australia, you dumbass. Oh, jeez. Yeah. Okay. Well, what do you think, guys? Ban or
is he offering anything of any substance? That's the question. Yeah. Is he offering anything of any substance?
Is he worthy of being in amongst the Shooting Stuff Australia family?
Okay, hang on. He's making that statement. Let's just say he's pro-gun. Then what's the point of me voting for a pro-gun party if there's no hope of getting anything back? They're useless and superfluous, and there's no need for them. Would you agree with that? Would you agree with that? People go, but who else are you going to vote for? I won't vote for anybody because it's not going to matter anyway, is it? According to the uneducated, it's not going to. It's not going to matter anyway. So, if you're a shooter, what do you hope to achieve by a pro-gun party if they're not going to fight to get our gun rights back? So what are they there for then? What, to do status quo? That's Liberal Party. That's National Party. That's Labor. Status quo shit. We're not interested in status quo.
Yeah. Exactly. And that's just the way it's all going.
If they want to vote, if you want to vote for status quo and no results, go right ahead. It's your vote to do that. Just don't think by voting for them you're going to get something, because you just be kidding yourself. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Well, everyone's saying to get rid of this clown. So we'll have to start up another Google account, just like Bobo has. Yeah. Yeah, get rid of him. Everyone wants him gone. So,
Show
nothing
him the
much.
boot. Like, I just don't get these people. Like, fair enough. I just don't get these people, like what they think they're going to achieve. If you're going to be part of a, pro-gun party, or then even better discussion, Aaron. Let us know in the comments what you guys think. What is the purpose of them then if they're not actually out there trying to fight for our rights, like to further hunting opportunities? They're not successful in any of that. Well, mate, what's the point? What's the point then?
Exactly. Oh, he's gone anyway. The court of public opinion has spoken, and he has been terminated.
Yeah, and I guess Aaron's coming from a different point when we say he's not getting him back. He's talking about our political parties trying to get action, and they're not going to get him back. Well, I would agree with that. But again, like, it goes back to my point, then what's the point of voting for pro-gun if they're not going to do anything? It makes no sense.
Yeah, exactly. So he's gone, guys. One down. One funny thing, I was wondering if we're going to get another troll this week after MB, that clown MB that everyone hates. He was, had a big cry in the comments. Go read the comments in after last week's video, and you'll see him having a big cry. I put him up on the Facebook page as well, and he had a little bit of a meltdown. So I didn't actually ban him, so he could be watching.
How did Sterren 93 said, how does he know we're bogans? Well, we're Westies and from Queensland. We're just normal guys like everyone in the chat. We don't claim to be any better than anyone else.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, well, I think we should start talking about our topic. We're almost an hour into it.
Sorry, yeah, we've been a bit crazy.
Yeah, so tonight's topic: kids and guns. What do you guys reckon? There was a story I saw quite a while ago. I tried to find on Gun Control Australia and their website, and but I couldn't find it just before. That they're trying to stop. What was that?
Just Mr. Wonderful said it's probably Bayo Bao from last week.
Yeah.
he's got a new chat.
Yeah, exactly.
Unbelievable.
We banned him last week. So they had a thing. They even wanted private schools to stop letting their kids do shooting or archery, for God's sake. So, yeah, what do you guys think of kids with guns? Do you take your kids shooting? Do you think they should be
shooting in schools, as in not shootings in school, as in shooting sports in schools? Yeah.
Yep, on approved ranges and everything. Do you think it's good? The cadets, getting your kids young into the cadets and stuff like that, like in the old days. We've all heard the stories. Only 50 years ago, kids used to take. My mate's grandfather used to. Probably a bit more than 50 years ago now, but he used to take a Bren machine gun to school and have it set lying in the back of the room, because he used to go straight from school to the cadets, and he was a machine gunner in the cadets. Had a Bren machine gun in the back of the classroom.
It's an interesting one. Friendly Nicker said, I don't want New York gun laws in Australia. I don't know. I mean, they're probably still better than currently what we've got. I mean, we probably might even get him on the show. We talked to Eric from Chuckin TV, or Chuckin. He shoots woodchucks and that. I mean, he shoots some pretty good guns too. Some modified ARs, obviously, with I think it's, you can't have the pistol grip's got to be connected to the back of the stock, which I don't know why. I think that part's stupid, but I mean, it's got to be better than what we've got, surely. So I don't know. I'd have to go through it properly and have a look at what New York laws are in their entirety. But from speaking to him, I mean, still, it's got to be a lot better than what we've got, hasn't it? I mean, it wouldn't be preferred, but if it's better than what we've got, I'll take it in the interim.
Yeah, well, Chuckin, get hold of me and come on the show. We'll have you on one week. And we'll have you on. We'll talk about New York's gun laws. So, Cliff Lee says, need more young shooters at ranges. We certainly do. Matt Outdoors learn archery when I was seeing him. Best ideas. Okay.
Yeah.
Jack
Daniels also said, this is good. People say, well, why would this come on to that one last week about that he was going, free speech, blah, blah, blah. And Jack Daniels said, name calling is the last offense of someone with no leg to stand on. Well, exactly. We're happy to give anyone an opinion, even if it's negative or contrary to ours. Put it up, we'll put it up. But, you can always just be at least do it respectfully, and so I disagree for these types of reasons. No problem at all. But when you start calling us bogans and buffheads, and it's not very nice. You could put a actual argument forward that would actually help us, to dissect what you're saying.
Yeah, well, he can't do that now, can he? Phil, I taught Geelong grammar, 12-gauge shooting. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, a lot of
Matt
people.
Cato said nothing wrong with bogans too.
Apart from mullets, I'm not a mullet fan.
Sherry said Western Sydney, repping Western Sydney. Exactly. God's country. Not really, but hey, I live in here too. So unfortunately.
Yeah, exactly. It's just sort of New South Wales is a no-go zone, I reckon. CBM, I started shooting an air rifle at 10 years old. Love it since I encouraged my nephews to shoot and understand pest animals. Yeah, well, I grew up in New Zealand and there was no licensing. You just go buy an air rifle and an air pistol. We used to have them and shoot them down the hallways and have a lot of fun. I used to make my own crossbows when I was at high school and go down to the local park and shoot it in the actual local park at the soccer fields. Never had a problem there. No one got hurt.
Remember old guns at Kmart? I still remember.
Yep.
It's probably sad to say, but in my 40 years of existence, I probably only moved ever. I mean, I lived a bit further out, but probably 15 Ks from where I was born my whole life. So Neil Constance now says it's probably ScoMo was the one that was trolling us. Static Pessimist says trolls going to troll, identify, ban, and move on. No airtime. Well, we like to give them at least a bit of reason to discuss the situation and at least give them a chance to, put their, point of view forward, and we'll put it up. But just being stupid and yelling and swearing and so forth, not really ideal to a good constructive conversation.
Not one troll yet has actually come forward with any form of argument. They've just shot through or just started abusing, and that's when we ban them.
I'm going to answer this one. Liberal Democrats, any good? Very good. He might probably the only ones I'd even consider voting for at this stage until the other ones start lifting their game. But again, some people don't like some of their other policies. Some of their border policies, some of their how do I say this without getting this thing banned? Marriage, certain types of marriage and so forth. So again, you're not going to win all of them, but I'm a gun guy. So I want gun policy. I want good, solid, strong gun policy. Even if it's not achievable at this stage, you don't need to be saying, bans are good on certain types of guns when you're on TV and radio. I just don't think it helps the cause at all.
I was talking to Kim Vuga, who owns the Love Australia or Leave It party, and she wants all gun laws gone. She wants the NFA scrapped and everything back to before 1996. That's her gun policy. I helped her write it years ago, and it was all about getting rid of the NFA and going back to pre-1996. But she is saying that the government and Scott Morrison are making it harder and harder now for the smaller parties and opposition parties to actually survive. They're rewriting everything and requirements now. So basically, there's only going to be Greens, Labor, and the Libs and Nationals. That's it. Anyone smaller than that, you're not going to be able to get registered or stay registered. They're trying to move the goalposts continuously, she's saying this year. They're trying to push out all form of opposition, so only the big ones can get in.
Yeah, that's not surprising at all. CBM said, I started shooting air rifle at 10 years old, loved it, encouraging my nephews to shoot and understand pest animals. Yeah, exactly. Very good.
And Rose, kids with guns become responsible adults with guns. Love seeing my kids shooting.
Hannah Plexi said he's 16 and loves guns since he was born. Well, I probably wouldn't go that early. I could remember loving a gun earlier. I don't know when my age. I reckon it's probably 17 to 18. I really showed interest. I thought it's one of those things where, city guy, I just want it, I want it because I want to go shooting, and I had an air rifle, and now it's turned into a love of sport. I just can't stop buying them. It's a sickness, isn't it, really? We've got to stop buying them. If we've got the money, we still can, I guess.
Exactly. I've started my front towards enemy. I've started my daughters on archery, and we'll teach them to shoot when they hit 12 years old. Awesome stuff. Their kids hunting. Do you think kids should go hunting with you and learn how to hunt and process animals and feed themselves? What do you think? Would you take your kids hunting? Can you take them public land hunting down in New South Wales with you?
Yeah, I think if they got the permit, I'm pretty sure if you're got your permit, because my mate just renewed his son's DPI permit. So as long as you got your junior's permit, you're able to be hunt supervised in state forest under the supervision of adult. We can't read all of this because I don't want this guy in trouble. But Bagel says I'm now 18. I've grown up hunting, but I've known gun safety from the very early age. So that's good. We want a lot of people being safe and that, and just trying the best you can.
Yep, and
for gun safety, and we don't like to harp on gun safety, but it's always important just to double check and triple check everything. For some of the cases that I said last week, you can't trust anyone, because people think, yeah, I did that, and then forget, and then no, I don't let guns in my car until they've been checked out by me personally. So that's just my personal thing. It's not being a Nazi. I just don't want to get shot in the back while I'm driving, to be honest with you. So. And, I don't trust anyone else but myself when it comes to guns. So just a quick, show me, boom, done, perfect. Or I just grab it myself and look at it myself and then, done, put it in, see it go straight in the bag.
Yeah, you don't want to ever be an Alec Baldwin. That's for sure.
That's right. You don't want to be always check. You never know, eh? I knew a story of a guy, same thing, had a rifle, put a mag into it, didn't think it was thing, just wanted to test it out. Mate dropped it, and then pulled the trigger, and bang, it went through the wall. Ended up getting his gun license back because it wasn't, malicious, but it went through his wall, into the neighbor's wall, into the bathroom. So, and I'll say one thing: he only just recently, before that, got his contract shooter's license, and it was actually AR-15. So, again, being honest and upfront, saying, well, I was cleaning it, and that's exactly what he was doing. It was nothing malicious, but it cost him $15,000 to get his gun license back. So, again, you don't want to make bad situations like that continue. And do things like that. Double check. Don't be pulling triggers when you're at home. That's definitely, unless you're 100% sure, you've checked it and true, and don't have mag. Always release the mag first. Don't have any mags in. Pull bolt out. Check with a torch if you have to, if you can't see properly. And
exactly. Mark F. I'm 70, and at school in the cadets, we brought Bren guns and 303 Enfields and Lee Enfield stocks with a 22 bore. Going back a while now. Yep, and there was no problems back then. So why would there be problems now? The only problems we have with young people these days is they just have no discipline. And you see kids that are at the ranges. They are polite, courteous, and they are just better sort of kids there are. That's for sure.
Let me say one. This is a very good one, actually, from Rob Bob's Aquaponics. And I actually agree with him here. If I had to pick one negative about the Liberal Democrats, aka LDP, would be, the joining of Campbell Newman to the LDP in Queensland. We know that the LDP have been anti-gun in the past. All the bad policy has come from them. It's left to be seen what Campbell Newman's policy now is, being under the LDP, being in firearms. But and just to add on to that too, with now Lionhelm not being in politics and being so pro-gun, being basically the face of the party, will the party continue with the support as they have before, moving forward on gun ownership? And whoever's in Parliament, are they going to be able to make the same good arguments that David Lionhelm made? So that's yet to be seen, to be brutally honest. That's one negative I had to pick. It'd be those two things: Newman joining the party, and whether they're going to continue with the good work on gun ownership. I don't really like. I like some things Newman did. I didn't think he was terrible on the bikie legislation. That was bad. Some people agree with it. I personally didn't agree with it. I just thought it was stupid. And what happened to good old fashioned policing? Just gave people the right to harass people that ride bikes, which is like gun owners, isn't it? Basically, the same sort of policy as gun owners, hassling gun owners for no reason. That don't deserve it.
Well, he was, from what I was told from an insider in politics, he was actually trying to start sorting out pistols on private land until a group of people stepped in and said, no, you shouldn't be doing it. It's too dangerous. So he actually wanted that law changed so we could take pistols on private land. As we know, it's a lot more humane to put down an animal if they're wounded with a pistol than a high-powered rifle at close range. Matt.
Well,
Our friend Matt here, get your kids into hunting and fishing, and they'll be able to afford drugs. Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly. It's a deep, dark hole of throwing your money down. That's for sure. But you get a lot of rewards and a lot of fun out of it.
I think we've got another one. Here's the deal, man. New one. Here's the deal. We've got a new one. He's got clown face.
What's his name?
832. Here's the deal. Trump lost with 2 clown faces. Well, if you talk about botching up ballots and 400,000 votes at 3 a.m. and then literally going like this, and then Biden just going vertical by 400,000 votes. Well, then, I mean, if that's what you classify as him losing, then I guess he lost. But we'll see, man. We'll see in 2024 when shit gets righted. We'll see. All right. Yeah. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt, but he's got a picture of Joe Biden there. So anyway. Well, you know what? Hey, at least Trump's not, a senile idiot. So, mate, I watched one yesterday with Biden talking, man. It was just complete waffle that made absolutely no sense at all. I'm thinking this guy should be in a dementia home. It's actually sad. I actually feel sorry for this dementia-ridden person.
Well, did you see he crapped his pants in Rome? He shit himself, and when he was seeing the Pope, and they had to go. They had to go and mop him up, and he was an hour late. They had to go hose him down. His handers.
It's just turning America. I hate to say it, it's a brilliant country, but it's just turning America to a laughing stock of the world. Having this clown at the front, you can't even talk and make a legible sentence. It's just getting worse.
Well, he can't even meet leaders without shitting himself. It's just unbelievable.
Yeah. You don't want your commander in chief shitting themselves on Air Force One or outside of Air Force One, do you? Salty Skippy said Alec Baldwin should have been taught basic gun safety. Well, hey, often the ones that are sprouting gun safety and banning guns have no concept of gun safety and subsequently shoot people, dude. So, what an idiot,
Well, he was on. He did that press conference this week. Absolutely cringeworthy, and all the reporters outside of his home, and he was getting up and saying we can't talk about it. Then he started fucking carrying on about he supports less guns in the movie industry on sets.
Yeah,
he's the cause of this. Unbelievable. Man,
there's some guys with some good ones.
Our friend Sterren, thank you for the super chat. We had a shooting club at school, plinking every Friday. It was awesome. Sadly, the school went broke and they closed the club after squeezing the teacher out of his job. Well, that's no good. But shooting every Friday would be nice. At least it's the reason to go to school.
I like to see the woke ones go out of business. I really do. Probably a public school, so it can't go broke because it's got endless amount of tax funding. But I just like to see some of them go out of business. Like Matt said here, they didn't even, Matt Outdoor Adventures, my school, they didn't even like us doing paintball through the Army Cadet. Yeah, but they expect people to join the Army, don't they, and fight with guns for the country. Go figure. And, don't forget, guys, if we were invaded, let's not forget good old Scummo would be straight on the phone to Joe Biden. Oh, please send your ships and destroyers into Australian waters. We need your help. Please bring the guns. Bring the tanks, bring the helicopters, bring the jets. We need them all. We need them all. I just say, mate, you're anti-gun. Piss off, Oh, what are we going to do? Well, should have thought about that.
Exactly. I do like, what was that? Kevin Sabo's comments. Maybe we should have given the guns to, maybe Biden should have given the guns to the Australian people, not ISIS.
Yeah, exactly. Static Pessimist said, add guitars to that, Matt. Yeah, we're going to get Matt Cato on the show one time again with his guitars and doing a shredding solo for us. We want something from Jimi Hendrix, Van Halen, Metallica, something like that, man. Just some crunching. Man, get those fingers working. We want to see it.
And a bit of classical music.
Yeah. Or whatever, one of those guys. What do you reckon? And we'll give him something. Okay, all right, Matt, I do apologize. We'll give you something easy, which is a good song, Seven Nation Army from the White Stripes. Down, 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 down. Or if you can do a shredding one, we'd be happy with that too. Either way.
Yep, exactly. So, talking about this topic tonight that we're trying to talk about, basically given up on.
Here we go. We got another one. 838. Anti-vax gun bogan. Jason is my hero. Thank you again. Geez, you guys like making the accounts tonight. I don't know what you guys are up to tonight, but you certainly like to get amongst it.
What's the name?
Anti-vax gun bogan.
831.
Yeah. 838.
838.
Jason loves Kyle Rittenhouse. There we go.
I think he's awesome.
There we go. Good old anti-vax bogan. He's gone. See ya. Have a nice day.
Just got to bring him up.
Huh?
You got to give us a bit of time. I was going to bring him up.
Nah, he's just an idiot. Just the same guy creating another channel.
Yeah. Steren's right. Black powder shouldn't require a license.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Yep.
In his response, he said Jason loves Kyle Rittenhouse. I don't love him, but I do hope he gets off. Yeah, I think you'll get off. And seems like a good kid, mate. Running away from the police, got chased, and obviously not the ideal situation, most definitely. But you wouldn't want to find yourself in court right now under 7 types of first degree homicide. So I'm sure he's probably panicking a little bit, but he's running away. I think anyone reasonable, he'll get off. There's no doubt about it. I reckon. We'll see. I could be surprised, but we'll see.
Sort of fits into tonight's topic. A kid with a gun defended himself and saved his own life.
Yeah, once you're running away, man, you can't claim to be a victim when you're running away and you're chasing someone. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, unfortunately, they're trying him as an adult. Oh, there we go. Anti-vax gun bogan.
Yeah. And they must have nothing to do tonight, eh?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I don't think he's a troll. Okay, guys. So, tell us more.
Look at his name. You don't reckon he's a troll. Look at his name.
Well,
you got it up on the screen, you idiot. You mean you got it up on the screen? It's on the screen.
Anti-vax gun bogan. No, he's anti-vax and he's a gun bogan.
Yeah, he was being stupid in that before. Look at the photo, man. The photos of what's that guy's name again? He used to be one of Trump's advisors. I don't
know.
Anyway, let's
tell us, anti-vax. Are you anti-gun?
Well, that's what he's saying. Look at the name. He's an anti-vax gun bogan. It's obviously right in the name, you clown.
No,
you know what? I'm going to ban you.
He's anti-vax and he's a gun bogan. He likes guns.
I think you've totally misread this one, dude. And you know what? Where's Shooting Stuff Australia? He's getting banned now too. Yeah, Stephen Bannon. That's who the guy is in the photo. Stephen Bannon. I think. I'm gonna ban you, dude. I'm gonna ban you just for being an idiot.
Yeah, exactly. His harp. Was here. There we go. The judge told the jury not to look at as victims in the Carl Rittenhouse case. So what? Yeah. So
Sherry agrees. She said, "Ban Aaron," laughing out loud. Absolutely, mate. With him thinking that was not a troll is just like. Yeah,
I've given him. Did you already ban him?
Gone. See you later.
I was going to give him the option to defend himself.
Oh, it's just a troll, man. Come on, man. I'm going to ban you just for being stupid. And Andy 1T34777, our buddy, aka Daniel Andrews, said, "I'm anti-gun." We'll give Andy a break because we know he's joking and he's just lying and having a laugh. So we'll give him a pass on this one because he's one of our regulars.
Epic Flyer. I'm considering a Pulsar Thermon scope. Any suggestions on a particular model or any other thermal brands cheaper but still good? I wouldn't waste your money. To be quite honest, I wouldn't waste your money on a thermal. I've used them. I just think they're an absolute waste of money. Anything you got to rely on when you're out hunting with batteries, pointless. Once they go flat, you don't have spare batteries, and it's happened to me with night vision.
In saying that, you got to spend lots of money. I think you don't have to, but I think if you're going to do it, this would be my 2 criteria. If you've got a lot of places to hunt, a lot of game to shoot at night, Absolutely. I think you should get one, even though Aaron's, got a different opinion than I do. But be prepared, you are going to spend a lot of money. So if you got nowhere to shoot, no game to shoot, I wouldn't do it. If you do, and you've got ample amounts of game, go to Nathan from Edge of the Outback and have a chat to him. He's got some really good stuff there from thermals. And have a chat to him as well. And I think he's got a Patreon. You can join his too. And I know he helps out a lot of people with talking about this sort of stuff because he's the one probably to talk to who's got a lot of experience in it. So, but yeah, if you got a lot of money, get one. If you don't, no game, I wouldn't get one.
I've used them, and you can see the reviews on them from the cheap right up to the really expensive ones. And if you ain't going to want to spend lots of money, and I'm talking like $5,000 upwards, mate, they're just useless, I reckon.
You want something decent. I mean, that's where you start getting really good stuff, from that sort of price range up. But yeah, I mean, if you got a lot of game to shoot and you're shooting nights and you're 10 minutes from a hunting property and there's a lot of game, hell yeah, I'd get one, man. It'd be awesome. He's shooting at night. You've seen his videos. I mean, he does it all the time. So yeah, I'd definitely have a look at getting one if you got that, if you cover that criteria.
I'd consider getting a thermal monocular, but that's about it with replaceable batteries. Any of these ones that have the built-in batteries, don't worry about it. Not worth it.
I'd get one that you can replace, definitely. I don't like the ones where you got to send it back and, after a couple of years it's gone. I like external batteries, definitely.
Yeah, well, because you're out walking around at night. They don't last all that long, the battery life, and you got nowhere to plug it in. So once it's dead, it's dead. I've had that problem. One of the last times I went hunting, had the night vision on, and it went dead. And if I didn't have my backup 308 rifle, my night would have been over, finished.
Yeah, again, if you got the game, shit, yeah, get one. And Southern Star Review said XP50. Yeah, that's expensive as far as I'm aware. And Probing said if you want to go one, go the Nissan Pulsar scope. Which is, for anyone that doesn't know the joke, the Nissan Pulsar was a very popular car back in the 90s, early 2000s. Maybe they still make Pulsars now. I haven't checked, to be honest, but it was the old Pulsar. My mate used to have one. We used to call it the Pulsar, like Pulse WAR. Hey, mate, you bring over the Pulsar. That's what we had. We had a little name for it. Yeah, Matt Cato said buy once, cry once, or cry once, buy once. Yep, that's true. I agree. You don't want to be buying something again and selling something and losing money.
Yeah, here's Matt, night vision rangefinder, 1,200. I spent a good thing. I got night vision binoculars here. They work all right, but yeah, I just wouldn't. The scopes, no, traditional scope is the way to go. And you don't have to during the day as well. I just prefer actually seeing real vision. You don't be swapping your scopes out all the time as well. West Coven, thank you very much, money for a brass stripper pole behind the bar in the shed. Awesome.
Yep. He's already got a bar in the house, dude. So I don't think he'll be building one in the shed because he's already got too many bars and probably drinks way too much. But
there is not even a beer fridge in the fridge, and a beer fridge in the shed yet. Thank you very much, West Coven, for that. And the watcher, the pick is Ricky Drama, Thailand vlogger. I don't know what.
We'll get another one. Geez, they're firing up tonight. Redneck Rumbler. Stop banning people. Are we commies? Well, listen, Redneck, we've said again, just for the stupid people out there, 849, don't ban him. He's just making a statement. But, dude, we're up for reasonable discussion. If you're going to lob insults, we're going to ban you. That's just it. Like, we're not here to be insulted, dude. I mean, that's the type of stuff, technically he's calling us commies. That's an insult too, but we'll give him a break. But, yeah, dude, put your reasonable, articulated, issues forward, and that we appreciate that. Not this crap, man, and just having a go at us all the time. What does that achieve? Like, I don't know where they're coming out in the woodwork tonight, but, thank you for your views.
Yeah, exactly. If you're going to have a dig at us, at least have a reason. If you want an argument, at least bring forward an argument, not just throw some abuse at us.
There's one funny thing, and and people have said this to me before. They just don't. They've never met you, but they don't like us. And I go, I've got a lot of friends. I've got a lot of shooting friends, guys. Yeah. I'm not saying I'm the best person in the world, but I think I'm a pretty decent fellow. I mean, me and Aaron have been friends for a while. I think I'm an okay guy. I'm not the best guy in the world, but, if you haven't met someone, how can you even make a decision on someone that you haven't even met? Again, the only thing I can think about is one particular topic that we've spoken about tonight, Aaron, and that's why these idiots have come out of the woodwork. But anyway, we won't go back on that.
Is that Let's Go, Brandon?
Well, that and, a certain Queensland politician.
Oh, Let's Go, Bob.
Yeah, they just get really offended, I don't know why. The Datsun 180B. Yeah, Peter Zabraday. Exactly. I reckon Peter for sure would have had, since he's got that bookshelf he hasn't cleaned up, he's definitely got the old Datto 180B. And if anyone doesn't know what that was the Datsun. It was a little car back in the day, very early on. That'd be shit, Peter. Was that 180B? Was that late 70s? Definitely early 80s? I can't remember. The old Datto.
It was the predecessor to the 370 ZX or something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah. And Bagel Operator said, you've been giving them the final word. We have, exactly, 100%. Mate, let us know where we're going wrong, and we're happy to put it up. At least be friendly about it and make a good case. We appreciate that.
One of the first things I'm going to make on the new YouTube channel, I've actually done my first video of actually building something, is going to be a big band hammer, and it's going to sit right behind me here.
Yeah. Yeah, TC fan, here you go. This is probably a good one. I'll probably say that's fair. Jace, when it comes to politicians in general, if you don't like them, if you haven't met them, listen, that's a fair call. I don't like their gun policy. I don't like their gun policy, so I wouldn't vote for them. As individuals, they're probably, some of them are probably okay. Some of them are probably not okay. It's going to be really a case-by-case individual basis. But, that's a fair call. I would assume that. I don't hate them, but I don't like some of their policies. And if I don't like their policies, I'm probably not going to vote for them. Not a fan of ScoMo. I'm probably conservative libertarian. I can't stand Scott Morrison. I think he's a flip-flopper. Who else is there? One Nation are saying bad things about guns, don't want an NRA in Australia. Can't vote for them either. I mean, end of the day. But okay. Yeah, that's a fair call. It's a fair call. I'd say as individuals, they're probably decent, but unfortunately they get towed up by party lines and they forget who they represent. So I think that's a fair assumption.
I think politicians are a different class of people. They shouldn't be categorized as normal people, as like normal human beings, because that they get what's coming to them because they are sucking off our taxpayers' money. So gloves are off when it comes to politicians.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, it makes a fair point. I think that's a fair point. Not all of them are probably as individuals, but as a collective that, when they're screwing over our guns and they have in the past, well, they're just not worth a vote to me, and some of them probably are bad people, some of them probably not. But at the end of the day, their policies dictate, I guess, how they get treated by shooters because, a lot of us are sick of getting, shit on all the time. I mean, aren't you guys sick of getting shit on all the time? I certainly am.
Yeah, exactly. Just hope one day we get someone decent in that is going to actually stand up for us.
Bagel Operator said, did Pauline get involved with the NRA? Well, she did, and I liked what she was saying, but once they got caught,
backflipped big time.
Backflipped and buckled and says, gun laws, and it was Pauline herself. Aaron's played it on this show before, saying, gun laws are never going to change anything in this country. That's my stance, and we can play it back eventually.
I'll play it back right now. It's right here.
How did you get that up so quick?
It's on my channel. Yeah.
Well, here you go. You can hear from Pauline herself. If this is not, pretty absolute, then I don't know what is. But, I like Pauline as a pro-Australian stance. So it is a bit, hard pill to swallow when someone you sort of don't mind is saying these sort of gun-related things. Man, it's so painful, isn't it? At the end of the day, when you hear someone you don't mind, like she's rough around the edges, old Pauline. No one's saying that she's not, but she's pro-Australian. That's what we need right now, but not good.
No, exactly.
And TC fans, right? Yep, she's showed her true colours after the truckie blockade, two-faced backflipper. Yeah, well, that was another one too. What's these people keep backflipping? If you didn't want to get in trouble, why did you meet with the NRA? Anyway, go on. Here you go. Here's Pauline Hanson.
Here we go.
One Nation will never allow for weakening of the gun laws in Australia. I'm not interested in what the NRA, what their laws are. This is Australia. This is my stance. And as long as I'm leader of this party, it will never, ever change.
Okay, want to hear it again?
No, we've already don't play it again. But yeah, we'll never ever change. I mean, there you go, guys. If that's not pretty heartfelt and it will never ever change, I'm like, well, why did you meet with the NRA then? Why did Steve Dixon and who's a right hand man? Is it not Ashby? Is it Ashton? Ashby, James Ashby.
Something like that, yeah.
That's her. That's her right hand person. Advisor. And why would you meet with them if that's what you think? I mean, it's probably is a bit of histrionics in regards to, wanting to say things and just doing it on TV. But where's the guts to say, nah, we met with them? Where's the guts? Where's the guts to say, yeah, we met with them because they're a huge lobby organization in America with some great ideas. We didn't meet with them on guns. We met with them on other policies for being a large lobby group. Why can't you just say that? Why do you have to buckle and fold? Like, God damn.
Here's the comment of the night from Sterren. Orange woman bad. Comment of the night.
Good old Sterren. Is Sterren the guy with the issue that went to court?
Yeah.
No. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Sterren, we're waiting to find out what happens. Sterren, as soon as you know, let me or Aaron know, or both of us know on the chat. We're happy to. Hopefully, it's a good result, one way or the other. Let us know what happens.
Also, guys, get your merch from the NSC store as well. So links are in the description, and get those photos to us of you wearing it outside your local club. You can send the photos to us through Instagram. We'll put them up on our pages, and we will put them up here on the live stream and hold a bit of a contest. So don't forget about that. And once again, thank you to the NSC for sponsoring tonight's show.
Yeah, sorry, Bushranger Brothers did not like his opinion. I didn't see it, mate, so put it down again. I just didn't see it. Science Studio said, oof, that was very hard to hear. Yeah, mate, it's pretty absolute in my opinion, and there's no coming back from something like that. It's hard to hear because a lot of people might support Pauline, and, you think, mate, she's pro-Australia, she's doing good work there, and then ruins it by doing that because you got caught. If you're going to get caught, at least have the guts to back it up. But no, weak as piss.
Yeah, see, guns are a part of Australian culture as well, for years and years. And so if she doesn't like them, she doesn't like Australian culture, basically.
Someone said, imagine Peter Robertson, she was being your typical Polly, only chasing dollars yet. I mean, I know they've got a backflip. They don't like bad PR. But again, what happened to a bit of guts, just standing up and just saying, no, we met with them, this situation, end of story. That's it. Don't take any more questions. Just leave. Let it blow over. But no, they go on there and, did anybody really believe what she said? I think if she probably had a chance, she probably would change the gun laws, but she can't articulate that in a what do you call it, an interview? It's just terrible.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, she's dead to me. I would never vote for her, no matter what. That's for sure. She had good views on the with all the lockdowns and all that, but that's about it. But still, not. Once again, if you got bad gun policy, not interested. You'll never ever get my vote in anything. So So, any final questions you want to answer, guys, before we sign off?
Well, you got 1 minute.
Yeah, no,
Hi,
you
all.
guys
Late to the show. Mr. Johnny Boy, he's late to the show. Well, you
very late.
the last couple of minutes, mate. So Mr. Johnny Boy or Mr. John Boy, he's 1965. You'll have to go back and listen to the whole show. Appreciate that.
Exactly. So we'll just wrap it up now. So it's been a great night, hasn't it, Jason? Been a good night. We didn't really talk too much about the topic once again, but it has been, great talk, answering all your questions. So, guys, thank you, Jason, for joining us tonight. And thank you to everyone who is in the live stream tonight and supported us. And thank you to everyone who gave us the super chats. Really do appreciate it. So, guys, please go and sign up to Jason's new show, Lush Cut Lawns, and go and sign up to my new show, Building Stuff Australia. The links are in the description. So please go and do that. And we both need more subscribers and more views. So thank you very much. And thank you to the NSC once again. So, guys, have a great weekend and a fantastic week, and we'll see you next week for another live stream. Good night.